I used to rule the world. Okay, you may be wondering why we kind of hit the ground running there, and why I already have tears streaming down my eyes that you can't even see. The metaphorical tears. Because okay. A lot of stuff happens before we hit the record button.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff indeed has happened. Have you turned off the music yet, Nick?
Oh, I think I paused it. Let me just make sure I paused it. Oh, no, I didn't pause it. Oh, shit.
Damn, okay.
I mean...
So it's just still playing.
Oh,
all right, Live House Band, you can stop playing Coldplay now. It's funny because, okay, so we were deciding which... song to introduce this episode with, and we've gone through so many different iterations, including 500 Miles by the Proclaimers.
Yep.
Right, and Ironic by Natalie Imbruglia.
Isn't it ironic?
No, it's by Alanis Morissette. But yeah, so we cycled through so many different songs to start this episode off with, right? And I'm like, it better not be Coldplay.
Well, no, he said, you're not going to do 500 miles, are you? And I was like, no.
Okay. And then he ended up doing 500 miles. So nothing surprises me anymore, essentially, right? And I told him to surprise me with whatever song he chose, right? Because I already spoiled it for myself by thinking it was 500 miles, right? And then it was freaking Coldplay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Because we were referencing, I think, did we reference it in the last
episode we went through Fix You, we went through Yellow. Mm-hmm. I think there was another one.
So last episode, obviously I don't remember because it was all the way last week.
Absolutely.
Right? So yeah. But I didn't think they would actually start it off with Coldplay.
Yeah. And the reason that we're making the joke about ironic is because today's episode is about misconceptions. And my misconception that ironic is by Natalie Imbruglia, not by Alanis Morissette.
Exactly. And this is not just like this is not like the misquoted idioms one. This is not like phrases or things that that people say that have been like misconceived. This is like actual real life misconceptions, and it's not like boring misconceptions. Like what's
well, at least I hope not.
Well, okay, so it's not a boring misconception like, let's say, the misconception about Lady Godiva.
I was going to say there's a misconception about Lady Gaga.
Not Lady Gaga, Lady Godiva, right? Because there's actually no record of Lady Godiva's nude ride.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, so,
I think if I remember, because I remember listening to a podcast about that, and I think it was actually someone else who did it.
Yeah.
And she got attributed with it. Because they were trying to discredit her.
She's probably Lady Godiva is probably a royal, right?
Well, I think instead of Lady Godiva, it was Lady Hershey.
Oh my God. Or Lady Eminem. There was a period of time when a lot of people were thirsting over the brown Eminem because she was the female Eminem with like the high heels and
Wasn't it the green Eminem?
No, it was the brown. No, the green M&M is like just normal. It was the brown one, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you look up the brown M&M, they're the ones who was like in high heels, glasses, and eyelashes. So
you're right.
Yeah,
I stand corrected.
Yeah, she's on a lot of people's Hear Me Out cakes, and frankly, I'm uncomfortable. That is a chocolate candy.
I don't know. I have a thing for chocolate. The green M&M was also, with the boots. So we were both right.
But she wasn't.
Although, have you seen they've tried to de-sexionize her by taking her boots off and putting her in just like Converse?
Yeah, just like regular. Yeah. Don't they know that early 2000s grunge is my my kind of style, right? Like, so if you're a girl who wears Converse and like baggy jeans, right, and like basically if you look like Fiona Gallagher,
fair.
I would be into you.
Fair.
Yeah. You should see, like, man, if only I could pull up, like, a picture of my exes had I not blocked them on all social medias.
As you should.
Right? Yeah, you would see my style, right? They would be wearing, like, early 2000s grunge.
Fair.
Yeah, basically.
Fair.
So, any woman like that out there, I'm putting myself out there.
Just reach out to the JavaScript podcast, and we'll put you in contact with.
Email us at javascriptpod@yahoo.com,
or send us an Instagram message at JavaScript.
Something like that. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So misconceptions.
This episode was inspired, and I have referenced this in the last couple of episodes. It's almost like a Doctor Who series where I've been metering out little details in the last couple of episodes. But a show that I watch called Quite Interesting, or QI, and this is the one that's been going on for X amount of years now. I just said they're on episode V, so that would be what, the 21st episode? 21st
V would
letter in the
mean
alphabet?
like okay. Oh, so they're going through the alphabet. I thought you meant like V, like episode 5. I don't know why you kept. I was like, you kept saying episode V. You could just say episode 5
because they started at A all the way back in 2005, I think.
Oh, because they want to be quirky and different.
Well, no, it's because each season has to do with that letter.
But so also they want to be quirky and different.
But so one episode will be about animals because it begins with A.
Just like animals.
And then so S had like sea, sun, and sand, and it was all about holidays. Okay. So each episode has a theme.
Okay.
Just like us.
Yes.
But what they do...
They don't have ADHD is the thing. Yeah.
Well, they might do. They're comedians, so they might do. But they go through things, and most of the questions are like... Here's this thing that you think you know the answer to. So everyone answers that.
Yeah.
A klaxon goes off. They lose a point. And then they tell them the thing that they thought that everyone knew is actually wrong.
Damn.
But the thing is, because the internet, I'm going to go off on a bit of a rant here, but the internet being the internet, and I'm looking at you, Reddit, because you didn't help me out, doesn't have just a list of easily accessible questions and answers from QI.
Oh.
So I had to go and watch some of the episodes to get the questions.
See,
because it didn't want to do, and that's what was taking me so long to research. Yeah. Because I was trying to slip through each of the episodes to find interesting things. But if they've been going since episode A, and we're on season V, and each season has at least 10 episodes, that's a lot of episodes.
Bloody doesn't cut it anymore.
Not at all.
No.
A lot of episodes.
Oh my God. Those are some choice words. My goodness. Yeah, exactly, air horn guy. I would be afraid too. But yeah, so it's kind of like, so whenever I do my underrated episodes, I've discovered the secret of like how YouTubers pull footage for like movies and stuff, right? So now, thank you very much. So now I'm like pulling footage like full on like movies and stuff like that, and the fact that I have to like skim through all of it and like get choice clips to show during that, right? And then there's some people commenting that it's not underrated, whatever, I don't care. Anyway, so
matter of opinion.
Yes. But yeah, so anyway, so it feels almost like that because either I have to rewatch the entire movie, Yeah, I reread parts of How to Survive Middle School, right, just to make that that episode of Underrated. So yeah, I get that that you have to skim through a lot of media just for basic content that should be readily available.
Absolutely, and especially so there is an r/quite interesting. Shout out to them. But the thing with them is, so like I said, we're on season V. The last like 17 pages of that Reddit was just people being like, "Oh my God, I'm so excited for season V! Oh my God, I can't wait for season V to come out!" And it's like, that's not what I was looking for.
You almost jumped into the library there.
I know. I missed the swimming pool and went straight for the library.
But I mean, okay, so it is annoying to do that on some subreddits. But unless it's like a really big show, they don't really do that, right? They like most of these people who watch like just their local shows, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about like QI if it's like a big show or anything like that.
It's BBC.
It's BBC. So is it like primetime BBC?
Well, it's like think of game show.
Okay.
Like it's not going to be like Doctor Who, but I would equate it to like.
Is it like Eggheads?
Yeah, very similar to Eggheads.
Okay.
Yeah. Except instead of having previous game show contestants who can be a bit stuffy sometimes.
Oh my God.
They have comedians on.
Okay.
So like Jimmy Carr's been on there. We were talking about John Bishop before. He's on there.
What about like, is it comparable to, let's say, Jeopardy?
Kind of. I would say so.
Because Jeopardy is the most popular game show in the United States.
The thing is, like, it's hard to equate to American game shows because game shows are still quite popular in England.
Okay.
Whereas in America, they've sort of lost their...
Except for Jeopardy.
But even still, like, popular. Once Alex Trebek died...
That's true.
Yeah. So, because when he was still going, it was still like everyone and their grandma was still watching Jeopardy.
Nowadays, I only see like reruns of like Celebrity Celebrity Jeopardy and like Celebrity Family Feud as well.
The other thing with QI is so Jeopardy's on at 7 o'clock.
Something like that, yeah.
QI is on after the watershed, which in England means after 9 o'clock, because that's when kids should have gone to sleep. Because it's not necessarily like everyone's not going around naked, like, swearing at each other.
I can think of a game show in America called Dog Eat Dog that does that.
When you said dog, I thought that was going in a different direction.
It's Dog Eat Dog.
Doggy style.
No.
Anyway. But the thing with QI is because they've got stand-up comedians and stuff, they tend to make raunchier jokes.
Okay.
And some of the questions, they'll talk about sex.
Okay.
So it's something that wouldn't be on at Jeopardy time.
Yeah.
It's on at like 10 o'clock at night. So it's hard to equate to Jeopardy because it's on later.
Oh, okay.
So it's a more adult thing.
Yeah, because Jeopardy is a lot like it's almost like trivia night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so.
And it's something that you would do like you would watch with your parents. I probably wouldn't watch QI with my parents.
Okay.
Not that because they'd find it entertaining and I'd find it entertaining, but it's a bit like watching a film with your parents. As soon as that sex scene comes on, it's like,
yeah.
So how's everyone's day?
I watched Marvel's The Eternals with my mom.
Oh,
thinking
first 5 minutes.
Because, like, okay, first of all, Marvel movies don't have, like, sex scenes.
No. I mean, it took until Guardians of the Galaxy 3 to have the first F word.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's not really raunchy or anything like that. I mean, it's raunchy, yes.
Sometimes.
But not like inappropriate, intimate, something like that. So imagine my surprise when Gemma Chan, and it was like one of the other Eternals, just did it in, like, the desert valley or something like that. So... moving on.
Thanks, Mesopotamia.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So
it's one of those things where, like, it's not necessarily raunchy, but they make sexual jokes. They swear at each other, things like that. So it's a bit hard to equate to Jeopardy, especially because from sort of 3 p.m. to midnight in England, there's literally game shows non-stop. God. It's like game show, BBC News, game show,
Doctor Who,
Coronation Street, because that's been going since even before Doctor Who.
When does Doctor Who come into the picture?
Well, it depends on if it's running or not.
Well, okay, so the new season actually with Shudigatwa is coming out April 12th.
Doctor Who would be on the weekend anyway.
Okay.
So, because this is a midweek show. This is like Monday to Friday.
So there's not like any reruns of Doctor Who like during the week?
Probably. But because we've got like 150 million and 12 channels now.
Yes.
So there's a channel in England called Dave. I don't know why it's called Dave, but it's called Dave.
Obviously, it's owned by Dave.
It's owned by Dave.
Yeah.
We've gone from the days where England had Channel 1, we had BBC 1, BBC 2, ITV, and Channel 4, and that was it. I remember there was big excitement because we got Channel 5. It was like, oh, Channel 5. And then I moved to America and we had 100 channels and it was like, oh my God, Cartoon Network is 24-hour cartoons. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
As a 10-year-old, my head nearly exploded.
Oh, yeah.
Even if this was 1872,
Yeah, exactly.
But so now, very similar to America, you switch on your telly and you've got bloody every channel known to man.
Yeah.
And then you've got Dave.
I mean, not only every channel known to man, you also have streaming.
Absolutely.
So everything known to man.
So, but Dave is a channel that is pretty much just reruns.
Okay.
So, like, Dave...
That's what Dave would have wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Dave.
Yes.
Don't even know who you are, but rest in peace, Dave. But... Dave will show reruns of old like quiz shows. So you could be watching QI on mainstream TV.
Okay.
Season V, since everyone's excited for Season V. Season B will be on Dave, and that was from like 2006.
Damn. Okay. Okay.
It's kind of like, when at Christmas Story is on 24 hours. That's what Dave is like, but for quiz shows.
I was surprised because so back in the Philippines, we still have like when channels close, right? So it has like a sign off thing, right? Even in the modern era, our channels are not 24 hours, right?
Fair.
So I got used to that. So imagine my surprise, right? Coming into America in 2012, right? When I was 1 year old. And like watching Disney Channel, having it on, and me thinking that it's just going to shut off, right? No.
Nope.
Yeah. So like early in the morning, I would wake up for school and find like freaking George Lopez on at Nickelodeon,
Because that's what I used to do back in the 1600s was because the cartoons would eventually run out into what I at the time considered less interesting things because at 12 I wasn't watching Adult Swim.
Damn. Okay.
But then I'd switch over to MTV and VH1
Okay.
and just watch music videos.
Back when they ran music videos.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now they just run like endless reruns
Radio
of Catfish.
killed the radio. No,
Yeah.
it's Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Catfish and Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Endless reruns of that. Rob Dyrdek is still going. I don't know why.
Take out the M from your name, you hooligans. You don't show music anymore.
It's just TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know why Ridiculousness is so popular. I mean, Rob Dyrdek is like middle-aged. He's like 40, 50 now,
Isn't
right?
he the skater?
Yes, he is, but so is Tony Hawk.
But that's the thing. Rob Dyrdek was on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 that came out in like 1998.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he was 30 when that came out.
I mean, for sure, Tony Hawk still skates, right? But he's mostly retired from media right now, right? He's focused on his family and everything.
He's focused on people not knowing who he is.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of memes not knowing that Tony Hawk was Tony
Some
Hawk.
of his tweets are amazing.
Yes. But yeah, but Rob Dyrdek is still acting like he's 15. And still dresses like it too.
Midlife crisis.
Yeah, midlife crisis. He thought he was 15, but he's actually 50. He misheard.
15 going on 50.
15 going on 50.
Or 50 going on 15. He's going in the other direction.
Yes, exactly. He's a Benjamin Button.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway.
Rob Button.
Rob Button.
So that's where the idea for this came from, because that's the premise behind this show.
It only took 16 minutes to explain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So only 9 of the questions came from QI because, like I said...
Is this another quiz?
It kept making me do quizzes, but I kept getting the questions wrong, so I couldn't see what the answers were because it wouldn't show me the answers until I'd taken the quiz, and then it wouldn't show me the answers because I'd got them wrong.
Oh my god!
So I was like, "Well, how am I supposed to know what the answer is?"
It's kind of like those training modules,
right?
Right.
Jesus Christ! Don't even get me started on those.
Oh my god!
But anyway, so I have a bit of a palate cleanser beforehand.
All right.
So another thing that can be quite funny is what other countries title films as. Because you would think that they'd just translate it into their language. So like one of the examples, so I showed you Eddie Izzard, the Death Star canteen, you know, where Darth Vader goes to the lunchroom.
Yeah.
So he has a skit where he's talking about, in French, speed, the film Speed, should be le vitesse.
Okay.
But it's not, they just called it speed.
Speed.
It's just speed pronounced in French.
Speed.
But they just speed. But some countries...
Okay.
They'll translate it, but it won't be into the word that you think it will be.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
So,
okay, let's hear it.
Starting with Brazil.
Oh.
What film do they call The Powerful Big Boss?
The Powerful Big Boss. In what country again?
Brazil.
Brazil. Let's see. What's their president's name again?
Well, I don't know
Lukashenko, was it?
Lukashenko? He's in bloody Eastern Europe somewhere.
Who knows?
Well,
I don't know presidents.
It was Jair Bolsonaro, but he's been voted out.
Him. I know that it was one of the John Oliver pieces.
It's the documentary about his life.
It was one of the John Oliver pieces, and Lukashenko is just one of the
many.
of the many that my mind went to.
No, I've seen that was one as well.
Yeah. Or the one that with a absurdly long name. It's like
Gurbanguly Bergimahmedov.
Gurbanguly, yeah.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, Bergimahmedov, something like that. Anyway, so
the one who's obsessed with the horses.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let's think about this logically. Maybe
so this one, more than some of the others.
Okay.
It's not that far-fetched. It's just the name of the film is so iconic.
Okay.
And it's like this doesn't make it sound good.
Okay. Man. Okay, what's the title of the film again?
The Powerful Big Boss.
Powerful Big Boss. Power Rangers. Final answer.
The Godfather.
What the?
So, like I said, it kind of makes sense, but like instead of imagine when he's saying, "I'm going to make you an offer that you can't refuse."
Okay.
His name is the Powerful Big Boss.
Oh my God! I thought the Powerful Big Boss was a reference to Zordon. You
thought that Brazil was bad? Just wait until we get to China and Italy. Jesus Christ.
No, okay.
I'll actually save those two until last. Okay. So we're moving on to Japan.
Okay.
Wild Speed.
Wild Speed. Is it that movie with Sandra Bullock? The one with the bus?
The one I was talking about. Speed. No, it's not that one.
Okay.
That one wouldn't have been that far-fetched because Wild Speed and Speed are not that far away.
Then is it the movie adaptation of the video game Need for Speed?
Nope.
Is it Fast and Furious?
It is Fast and Furious.
It's Fast and Furious. Yes!
I was going to say, would it be a clue if I said that we're family?
It would have been a big clue, yes.
So moving on to Poland now.
Wild Speed, Fast and Furious. Okay, sure.
Electronic murderer.
Electronic murderer. Is it freaking RoboCop?
Nope.
No? Terminator.
It's Terminator.
Terminator.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's another one of those where it's like that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But
see, I have seen movies, Nick. I'm
exactly.
referencing all of
Some
this.
of them.
Yeah.
Moving on. So we're going into. So we've got 3 remaining.
Okay.
We've got Argentina, Italy, and China.
Okay.
And they're going to get progressively more ridiculous.
Okay.
So for Argentina,
I'm bracing myself.
Vaseline.
What the Vaseline? Like the jelly? Vaseline.
I'm surprised they got away with that because Vaseline is another trademarked product.
Well, here, I'm going to make an equally wild guess and say Vaseline is the movie Nymphomaniac.
To be fair, I mean, actually, not to be fair.
Or, no, here's another guess. 50 Shades of Grey.
That would have made more sense. That would have made more sense
Yes.
than Grease.
You've got to be kidding me. Grease?
Grease.
I mean, okay, it would have made sense if not Vaseline, but like they referred to like hair gel.
Yeah.
But Vaseline is not hair gel.
No, it's Vaseline.
I mean, some people might use it as hair gel.
Yeah.
Some people other purposes, but we're not going to talk about that. But I mean,
Anyway.
Jesus Christ. What?
Yeah.
Grease?
Yeah.
Surely there's a word for grease and oil.
I think so.
What? Okay. Move
So
on.
which one would you like next? Would you like China or Italy?
I would like summer Vaseline.
Summer Vaseline.
What were the options?
China or Italy?
Ooh, let's do Italy because I know China has some outrageous titles.
Italy.
So save that one for last. Okay, let's do Italy.
If you leave me, I delete you.
Hold on. Ooh. Best guess out here.
Okay.
Unfriended.
No, but that is a great guess. And it would probably have made more sense
If you leave me, I delete you.
It would probably have made more sense than the eternal
Is it
sunshine
that-
of the spotless mind.
What the You're hacking up a lung, Nick. Oh my god. This is how you know that this podcast is real. It's not JavaScripted. Because we're just...
Just wait until you hear China's, but Italy's was pretty good.
Oh my god. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I had 2 guesses, right? One is obviously what was it?
Unfriended.
Yeah, unfriended, right? So if you leave me, I delete you. Makes sense,
Yeah.
right? The other one was going to be that weird Joaquin Phoenix movie called Her, where he falls in love
fair.
with like essentially Siri,
Fair.
right? Or any other freaking movie made about like AI.
Wasn't that the one where Scarlett Johansson plays?
Yeah,
Siri.
the Siri or like
Yeah.
whatever the name
Or
of the
Alexa.
Yeah. So I was thinking it was something like that, or maybe it was God knows mannequin. Probably. I mean,
Here's
Jesus
a joke
Christ.
for you.
Yeah.
It's not a question joke, it's a statement joke.
Okay.
Hey Siri, why do I have such a bad way with women?
You don't want to make up my. Okay.
I'm Alexa, you bastard. Simple,
Yes.
but amazing.
Amazon, you need to add that feature into Alexa. I feel like it would contribute because, like, if you tell Alexa, Alexa, right, it goes, it just chokes, or maybe it.
Fair.
Yeah.
So last but not least,
Okay.
from China.
From China.
Machine implements people general mobilization.
Machine. Okay. Say that again.
Machine implements people general mobilization.
Oh my god, we're not even drunk, man.
No. I was thinking of drinking, but I think I needed to be sober to say half of these things.
Machine what? Hold on. Repeat it again.
Machine implements people general mobilization.
Machine implements people
To be fair,
general mobilization.
that is not that bad of a summary of the film.
Okay.
But when you know what the film is, where the hell did they get that name from?
Oh man. Okay, you said it's not that far off from from that. Okay. Machine implements people general mobilization.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. I'm gonna go iRobot.
It's Wall-E.
Here I was thinking that it's. Oh my god. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh my god. Should I cut out all this laughing that we're doing?
Not at all. Keep
Or
it in.
keep it-
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, Wall-E.
Yeah.
Wall-E is a name. Why not just keep Wall-E? I mean, it is an acronym, right, for Waste Allocation Load Lifter Earth version.
There you go.
Right? So, what? Are they just like making up their own acronym? Right?
Yeah,
Was it?
the MPIGGC or something?
MPIGGC.
It would be MIPGM.
MIPG.
MIPGM?
MIPGM. Hey, MIPGM.
Hey, MIPGM, how's it going? How's the wife and kids, MIPGM?
Name.
MIPGM.
MIPGM.
Robot, what is your name? MIPGM.
Meep.
I am the Oh, yeah, you're the anchovies. Meep, meep.
Yeah. Or the Roadrunner, who knows? But yeah, so
Yeah,
damn,
so I thought
okay.
that would be a nice introduction.
We need more of that. We
Well,
need to do an entire episode of that.
There's plenty more.
Yes.
There's plenty more. I thought that would be a nice...
I'm going to add that to the wheel for sure. That was the best freaking thing I've ever heard in like a while. Oh, man.
So,
Okay.
So have you recovered enough to jump into
Yes,
common
I have.
misconceptions?
Oh, my God. Yes.
So, from the first question, you'll see the format of how the show works.
Okay.
And like I said, I only was able to get 9 of these from the actual show at the moment because I need to do more research.
Yeah.
But, so, what color is the Emerald City in The Wizard of Oz?
Green.
Uh-uh.
What do you mean? Okay, Wizard of Oz, the film or the book?
Well, technically both, because the city wasn't green, it was the wizard's house that was green. But in the book, specifically.
Okay.
So it's just a regular city, but the wizard makes people wear glasses that make everything look green to protect their eyes, and I'm quoting directly here, protect their eyes from the brightness and the glory of their city.
Okay, so it's made of diamond then.
No, it's
Shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond. It's basically just a regular city.
Just a regular city.
It's just a city.
So
Yeah.
it's literally, well, okay, it's not literally rose-colored glasses, but it's colored glasses.
It's literally rose-colored glasses. No, it's not. It's emerald-colored glasses.
No, it's Martha-colored glasses, not rose.
Hey,
Doctor Who reference. Yeah, but yeah. So okay, so it's one day we're gonna do an episode on Doctor Who just in full, and I'm just gonna go berserk.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
He's
spoil
going to
everything.
explode.
Yes, literally like the
Spoilers.
TARDIS. Yeah.
Spoilers.
Everyone has seen Matt Smith's Doctor, I'm sure.
Spoilers.
I'm sure. Anyway. Yeah,
You
on.
hadn't until I forced you to.
That's true.
Question number 2.
Question number 2. Okay.
Where is the driest place on Earth?
Between your mom's legs. Oh my god. Oh, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. But yeah, no. Thank you, by the way, air horn guy. And then I don't know why the cricket was following you. Maybe he ran away from Wally.
The cricket was chasing him off the.
No, he
chasing
ran
the
away
air
from
horn guy.
Wally.
Wally.
Or Mipgibble or whatever the frick.
Mipjim.
Yeah, Mipjim. Yeah. That's the driest place on Earth, Nick.
It's actually Antarctica.
I mean, I could have told you that.
Could you though?
No.
Exactly. So on the show, they guessed the Sahara Desert
Well,
because they would assume it was a desert.
Yeah.
But the reason it's the driest place is because it has never rained or had any precipitation ever.
Well,
Whereas it's rained in the Sahara.
Where
before.
did all that snow come from then?
Because it's cold. It's cold, isn't it?
I mean, snow comes from water particles in a cloud freezing and then falling down to Earth because it's too heavy for the cloud. Yeah,
like your mum. Got you back. Thank you, Airhorn guy. And it seems that the crickets have disappeared.
Okay. I see what you're doing.
Not the fact that I'm covering the.
Moving on, but so a lot of people would think it's a Sahara Desert, but really it's only hot because of the humidity.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't ask where the hottest place on Earth was.
Yeah,
I asked where the driest place on Earth was, and that's why it's a misconception because Antarctica has obviously got ice there.
Yeah.
But dryness is measured by level of precipitation, whereas the Sahara has had precipitation somewhere between the beginning of time and now, whereas Antarctica never has.
Yeah, I mean, if all that ice melted, yes, it would start to
evaporate. And
evaporate. And the water cycle will start. Yeah, but a lot of people. So I've been seeing like these Antarctica, like people who work in Antarctica in their videos, and so like they have like ways to prevent like getting static electricity from things they touch because the air is so dry, right? That any movement, right, will inhibit some kind of like static buildup.
Yeah.
So imagine everything you touch just shocks
every
you.
time you touch the
feeling. Every time. Okay.
Anytime I think of Antarctica, it just makes me think of the film The Thing, which is terrifying. I'm assuming you've never seen that.
No.
Think of Among Us the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's basically where the idea of Among Us came from. Because
there's an imposter among us.
Yeah. What happens is there's... So the film literally opens with this American research base, and they all get rustled because they can hear gunshots. And there's this helicopter chasing a dog, and he's shooting at it.
Oh.
And it's this Norwegian researcher, and they can't understand what he's saying because he's speaking Norwegian.
Yeah.
But he's saying that the dog killed everyone at his research base.
And it's like a small puppy, or
it's like a husky, I think.
Okay.
So it's a substantial dog.
Okay.
But like dogs just don't go around on a murderous rampage. You know?
No.
But it's because an alien assimilated the dog, became the dog, and is using that disguise to go around and kill things. But then what happens is it starts assimilating with the other people at the base. So cue Among Us, where people start saying, start being like, "You're the imposter." No, you're, so it's basically a game of Among Us, but in movie form.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, because I don't really, watch movies about Antarctica or like that are set in like abandoned bases.
I mean, neither do I. I don't have a specific genre of film where
what
I
do
watch
you mean?
Antarctic.
No, I just meant because normally action movies, especially like adventure movies, usually would involve some kind of like scientific research base.
This isn't an action film. It's a horror film.
Even horror. Right, even horror would entail some kind of like maybe group of people. Like, have you seen? So this is a Spanish film, but it's called Wreck, right? And it's about like this journalist who goes into a building that was quarantined, and basically the whole movie is set like with this journalist's camera guy. And it's
also it's like Outlast, the video game.
Yeah, so it's a found footage film, right? As they're like trapped inside this building that was quarantined,
like the Blair Witch.
Yes, exactly. So
this one isn't found footage, but it's speaking
lost
on
footage. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we never saw it.
Yeah,
but no, it's speaking on because ultimately the premise of the film is that the alien is just doing self-preservation.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it's not good that it's assimilating all these people.
Exactly.
But to be fair, they're shooting at it and trying to blow it up.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to survive. And the way it survives is by assimilating all these people.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, it's not the alien that's scary, it's the paranoia. Because you don't know who's been assimilated, even as the audience.
Yeah.
Like, there are a few people, it's like, oh my God, we just saw him get assimilated. But most of the time, unless you're really paying attention, you don't know who it is.
Yeah.
So,
and
anyway, before we spend 20 minutes on one question, because we already have done.
I know, but let me just say, like movies that are like that, especially about like extraterrestrial stuff, when people are just like trying to get home. And also, it's not flipped on its head where the alien is nice like E.T., right? but it's also a
You're
horror.
hating on ET.
I'm not hating on ET, right? But I'm just saying that for people to realize that these aliens are just trying to get back home or trying to survive on a random alien planet, right? It needs to be like a good alien, a relatable alien.
Well, but that's
whereas this one, right? It's a horror, but we understand that it's a basic survival instinct.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, it's trying to survive, but to survive, it has to kill the other humans.
Exactly.
So it's obviously going to be it's not going to be necessarily the villain, but it's going to be like the antecedent to your goals because you're both trying to survive. And it's almost a story of neither of us can survive as long as the other one is alive.
It's a story about nature, basically. Predator versus prey, but in this case, predator versus predator.
Could be.
Yeah, trying to kill each other.
Predator versus alien.
Oh my God. Move on.
Question number 3.
Yes.
Where is French toast from?
French toast. Okay, so this is going to be a misconception because it's not from France. I'm going to say, throwing this out there, probably Belgium.
Nope. So originally, and I had to look this up, this is another reason it took me so long to find the answer.
Is it from Canada?
Because this is one of the things that I found on an actual QI website. But then the person put the wrong answer, so I had to go onto Wikipedia because originally the answer was France. And I was like, oh, that'll be a funny question because he won't say France.
Yeah.
But then I looked it up. The first mention of it was in Rome in the 1st century in a cookbook called Apicius, and it was called Alita Dulcia, which means another sweet dish.
Yeah, anything French, anything quote-unquote French is not actually French.
Well, here, speaking of France, let's skip to question number 9.
Okay.
Just remind me that the next one will be number 4.
Okay.
Where do French fries come from?
Is it, okay, I know, oh my God, it's probably Canada, isn't it?
Nope.
No? Okay, hold on, let me guess another. Is it, okay, tell me the general area. Is it still Europe?
Well, here's the thing. There's 4 answers.
4 answers?
So the earliest record of fried potatoes are from Chile in a book from 1673 that translates to Happy Captivity because it was a guy who was a prisoner of war who then wrote a book.
And then he fried potatoes in his prison.
Well, no, it was the Chileans that were...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he just wrote the cookbook.
Did they also invent chili cheese fries? Hey.
Probably. But the ones we'd recognize most likely come from Spain.
Okay.
However, there is an ongoing dispute between Belgium and France.
I knew it had to be some kind of...
However, it gets even more complicated because the French claim, which is from 1842, which is 2 years before Belgium, which is 1844, is from a Bavarian, which means he was German. So the French are at the highest 4th on the list because that means that they've got to go through Chile, Spain, Belgium, and Germany.
Okay, so... well, basically... I mean, because fried potatoes are a very simple form of food, right? Yeah. And anything that's that simple has had to have like a very long history, right? Yeah. Because anything like that, right? For example, the game of chess has about a millennium of history, right? And it is unclear who invented it. Some people attribute it to like Alexander the Great. Some people are saying that. Right, that he invented chess, or at least like some kind of like iteration of chess, because chess, according to some historical records, although it's a lot of like iffy stuff, right? According to historical records, it was meant to depict a war, like in a small scale.
Absolutely.
So it's basically Dungeons and Dragons.
That's why you've got the king, the queen, the knight,
D&D.
The bishop.
Yeah, it's D&D.
D&D before D&D.
Yeah,
but I can tell you who invented chess.
Who?
It was me. 1,000 years ago.
Damn.
For my 27th birthday.
Well, no. Okay, so you're 1,000 years old? I thought you were 12,000 years old.
Well, yeah, but
what is it?
But then Thursday reset everything.
Okay.
And then I lost 11,000 years.
I'm glad that last Thursdayism is now in our joke, running jokes lore. Oh my God.
Anyway, next question.
Okay.
Question number 4, even though we just did question number 9.
Yep.
How many legs does an octopus have?
I mean, so 8 because octo, yada yada. But I'm sure. Okay, I'm sure. Yeah. So going off of because here's some bit of like lore that I was researching. Not like for this episode, but I stumbled into it not too long ago, right? And I think it was probably a MatPat episode,
Probably.
right? That Squidward is an octopus. Okay.
I think I remember that episode.
Yeah.
I like how you went into a bit of a Squidward then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. SpongeBob. Anyway, so yeah. Okay. So so Squidward is
SpongeBob is an octopus.
So Squidward is an octopus, and this has been like verified several times, right?
Probably
because his name is just Squidward.
Yeah.
Right. But he's an octopus, and it's misleading.
When it sounds
right?
better than Octowood.
Yeah, that's true. Right. So since Squidward has 4 legs, obviously as his feet, and 2 of his tentacles are his arms, I'm gonna say 6.
It's actually 2. You were so close.
What?
Because 2 are legs, the rest are arms.
Oh, and so I just went into that whole tangent for nothing.
And you went on that tangent for nothing, and I thought you were going in the right direction, but you did the opposite.
Damn.
Because if you'd said...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, Steven Hillenberg is a marine biologist. Obviously, he knows better than me, right?
Sorry.
Bless me. I'm just kidding. Bless you.
Blessed be us. Blessed be all of us.
Yes, blessed be. Welcome to the Catholic podcast with Nick and Gerard. Anyway.
So, question number 5. What is the unluckiest day of the year?
The unluckiest day of the year. April Fool's Day.
Nope. But that's not the guess I was expecting you to do, because the guess that everyone was putting was Friday the 13th.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, okay. For me, I'm a lot more skeptical of Friday the 13th because I don't really believe that Friday the 13th, and I didn't watch Friday the 13th as a kid, nor do I believe like the skepticism. I know a lot of people, especially in our office, right? Certain people, believe in like black cats and like
but it's one of those things where it's like
Friday the 13th.
It's a personification of what you attribute to it. So it's
it's such a random number though.
But because 13 has a religious aspect, so that's where it comes from.
Okay,
but it's one of those things where it's like, if something unlucky happens on Friday the 13th, you'll notice it. If something unlucky happens on the 11th, you won't notice it because it's the 11th. But if you go through a Friday the 13th and nothing happens, then you'll just be like, oh, thank God I survived another day. So it's one of those things where it was probably... But someone did an actual study.
Okay.
And the unluckiest day of the year is Monday the 27th.
Damn.
So
always a Monday, isn't it?
Whenever there is a Monday the 27th, which we have to survive until October.
Okay.
And then we have to survive that day. But a study was done, and it's a combination of it being payday the Friday before, tiredness from the end of the month, post-weekend, and other factors.
Yeah.
So it's the fact that...
I had a feeling it was going to be actually a Monday, because Friday, everyone's excited to go home.
Well, it's a bit like, isn't Blue Monday like... January the 16th or something like that.
I don't know what Blue Monday is.
Oh, let me see if I'm just going to pop into the library. Hang on a second.
Okay. Be quick because we're at 42 minutes.
I'm coming.
Hey, Nick, dodge the swimming pool. There's a swimming pool. Oh my God. Okay. Just don't get any pool water on me.
So, sorry, I had to stop and get a towel.
Okay. Sounds like you need to pop back into the library.
When is Blue Monday? When is Blue Monday? There we go.
Blue Monday.
Oh, next year it's going to be the 19th of January.
Okay. Does it have something to do with the moon?
It's meant to be the most depressing day of the year.
Okay.
Why do we call it Blue Monday?
Because the blues,
The name was reportedly coined by psychologist Cliff Arnold in 2004. It falls on the third Monday in January every year. He came up with it after a holiday company asked him for a scientific formula for the January blues.
To be quite honest with you, I was very sick during early January.
It was Blue Monday. Blue Monday.
So I feel like that actually tracks. That counts. Yeah.
Question number 6.
Question number 6.
How long does it take to play Chopin's Minute Waltz?
What the frick is a Chopin's Minute Waltz?
Well, you know who Chopin is, right? He's a composer.
No comment.
Think of Mozart or Beethoven.
Okay.
But he has a song called A Minute Waltz. How long does it play?
I'm guessing it's not a minute. So probably, I'm going to guess 10 minutes.
It's about a minute and a half. Because
You're kidding.
he never called it the Minute Waltz. It was called the Little Dog Waltz. But the name was given in more modern times. But it's not minute, it's minute, meaning small.
I see.
Because it's a very small piece of music.
So it's
So it's all kind of misconceptions.
Is that what you would call an etymology? I don't even know.
Yeah, the etymology is all wrong. And then the memory of the song is wrong. Memory. Anyway, question number 7.
Yes.
Where was Juliet standing when she was wooed by Romeo?
On the balcony. Okay.
Not on a balcony. She was just at a window. So Shakespeare never mentioned a balcony.
So when Romeo says,
let me, because there's a story behind it.
Okay.
So Shakespeare never mentioned the balcony. Sorry, the reason I interrupted you is because I knew that we'd go off on a tangent and we'd never come back.
Well, no, because I was just going to say, when Romeo says, what light through yonder window breaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So see, he never says a balcony.
Okay.
Even in Old English, he never says a balcony.
Yeah.
The balcony scene came from Thomas Otway, who stole Romeo and Juliet to make his own play. The History and Fall of Caius Marius, which doesn't roll off the tongue as much as Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
When his play fell out of fashion and Romeo and Juliet revived, in the 1750s, the balcony scene was ingrained in everyone's mind. So they were just like, it's a balcony. But it wasn't from Shakespeare's play.
Yeah.
It was the only scene that anyone remembered from this guy's play. So
damn, we're turning into an educational podcast, dude. I think we should rebrand from comedy to education.
We need the more you know, the
dun, 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 and then the chimes,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's something I did not know. Even though I've been obsessed with because as a theater kid, right, your obsession with Romeo and Juliet is not going to go away. And the fact that they remade Romeo and Juliet in 2013 with Haley Steinfeld as Juliet, right, but with the original English, Old English, right, just tickled my nerdy theater brain.
Fair.
Right. And so I was like, oh my God, we're actually seeing the big balcony in her big house. Right. But I never stopped to think that Romeo just says, but soft, what light through yonder window breaks.
Yeah.
It's just a window, not a balcony. Right. And so, because during his climb, he says some kind of monologue, right? While he climbs up to Juliet's balcony, right? I've always thought...
Not balcony.
Okay. But I always thought, but the scene that we're familiar with, right, is he climbs onto the balcony and he says a monologue. In my opinion, that monologue has nothing to do with climbing a balcony. And so I was like, okay, so he just declares his love for Juliet.
Is it climbing onto her later that night?
Oh my God. No, because that scene ends with Romeo running away.
Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
That was before.
I know, that's the beginning of the scene.
It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
Anyway,
okay.
Question number 8.
Before I monologue.
Absolutely. you sneaky, you caught me monologuing.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't remember what the full line is. I actually ad-lib there, but whatever Syndrome says in The Incredibles.
Yes, we referenced that.
Did we?
Yeah, in the 16th episode.
Did we?
Good Lord.
I mean, yeah, of course.
It's only been 4 weeks. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Question number 8.
Okay.
What Morse code message did the Titanic send out to call for help?
It was, you already said this in a previous episode.
Did I? Were you paying attention?
Was I paying attention? It was it wasn't SOS.
That's right.
Right. So it was oh my God. It was something, it was very short. It was sinking help or something like that.
It was CQD, which stood for All Stations Distress.
Okay.
So
CQD.
it was SOS before they had SOS. Mm-hmm. And I think the reason that they made it SOS
quick,
was...
danger. Come quick, danger. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So, because SOS didn't come out until 2 or 3 years later, I think. I can't remember when SOS became a thing. But it was... I'm pretty sure it was during the war because they had to make it universally recognizable.
Yeah, and it's also I don't think those letters have any particular meaning.
No,
it's just the easiest to do in Morse code because it's it's
they
3
used
short
to,
pulses, 3 long pulses and 3 short
People
pulses.
thought it used to be save our souls,
Okay.
but I think it is just.
That might have been another misconception.
I think it is like he said. I think it's because it beep beep beep
Yeah.
beep beep. It's very short.
Yeah, so it's beep, 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 beep,
beep beep beep
Yeah.
beep 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 beep.
Y'all ready for this?
this?
That's Crazy Frog. You're jumping into Crazy Frog. This is the Crazy Frog. Enough of that before we get copyrighted.
So question. Oh, I already did question number 9. Question number 10. Which part of a pepper is the spiciest?
You would think it's the seeds, right?
You'd think so.
But maybe.
Or is it the seeds?
See, that's
be the seeds.
what I don't like about this game.
Is it the seeds?
Because you
Could
make
be the
me
seeds.
doubt. I think you're trying to lure me into saying the seeds.
Would I do that?
But I've actually accidentally bit into a seed of a pepper, and it does feel like it's spicier, but maybe that's just like all in my head because
Placebo
I've
effect.
been so it's the placebo effect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally what I just said.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's why I was trying to like remember what you said. Yeah.
Last Thursday.
Last Thursday. So last Thursday, I was taught that that the seeds in a pepper are the spiciest part, but I have a feeling it's the stem. Okay.
So, it's not the seeds.
I would have been
It's a
pissed if it
part-
was the seeds.
Because I would have been laughing on the floor.
Yes.
It's a part called the pith,
Okay.
aka the placental tissue,
Oh boy.
which is what the seeds are attached to.
Oh, so it's that like center
Yeah.
thing. People call it a pit, a seed pit.
Well, I think because its technical name is pith.
Okay.
So I think people just started dropping the H and started calling it a pit.
Or maybe someone with a lisp, just
The pith. Are you taking the pith?
Yes, exactly.
Who invented peanut butter?
I'm gonna go very literal here, and it's James R. Peanut.
Mr. Peanut.
Exactly.
So the reason that this is a misconception is because a lot of people would have said George Washington Carver. Are you familiar with his work?
Yes, I am.
He was the one that came up with 100 uses for peanuts. It was actually John Harvey Kellogg.
The inventor of cornflakes.
Yeah.
And the guy who's famously against sex.
Yeah, which is why he created cornflakes, because it was
Yeah.
so boring that it would cure your thoughts of masturbation.
Okay. So why did he create peanut butter? Is it
Maybe he became a little bit randier in his later life.
Oh my God. He needed something stronger.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if he has a peanut allergy, and so to combat these thoughts
that's-
to combat these dirty thoughts, he needed to give himself
The cornflakes aren't hard
he
enough.
needed to go into anaphylactic shock.
He's just like, you know what? I can't handle my sins anymore. I just need to kill myself.
Yeah. And so he went into anaphylactic shock. Anyway,
Death by peanut butter.
Yes, exactly.
Last but not
Damn.
least,
Okay.
where did fortune cookies come from?
Oh, it's not China, it's California.
It's not China?
No.
You sure it's not China?
I'm sure it's not China.
It's also not California.
Oh, it's probably because there's I've heard of this before. It's somewhere like in the Western world. It's not in China because fortune cookies were modernized. Is it Japan? No. Okay. So because they were modernized by like some kind of Western country when Chinese food became popular around this place, right? So when in corporation with like the Chinese food that we know now, right? Orange chicken, chow mein, stuff like that. They also came up with fortune cookies, but it's not from China.
It's not from China.
Yeah.
So where do you think it's from?
Oh man, Missouri, St. Louis.
You should have stuck with Japan.
Oh man.
You should have stuck with Japan.
Well-
You had that the light bulb went off and you were like, oh, is it Japan? No.
Oh man,
It was from
should've
Japan.
Stuck with Japan,
But it's
Okay.
funny, in China,
I
they're
had a
considered
feeling.
to be American.
Okay, I had a feeling because you didn't say no when I said Japan.
Yeah.
Right. You were just quiet.
I was just letting you
known.
keep thinking. So,
Damn,
but I
that's
think it was
evil.
one of those things where it's like originally they were from Japan,
But that's
and then
evil.
America was just like, you know what? Let's mass produce these things and just started.
But you have to know that that's evil to do that to me. Jesus Christ. Okay.
I would put my voice disguiser on, but we broke the stream last time,
Damn,
so let's not do
okay.
that. So,
Well, that's interesting. I think we learned a lot of things today.
you could say that it was quite interesting. I'm harkening back to the show
I said
because it was QI.
okay.
You just said it was interesting.
just
I
said
was
it
trying to say that it was quite interesting because I'm trying to incorporate the show.
Can you explain the joke a little more? I'm not interested. I'm not understanding. Can you explain it for like the next 20 minutes?
I mean, I could. But I won't. I will spare. I will spare the poor road podcaster anymore.
Or our audience, obviously. Yeah, thank you, audience. And thank you to our live studio audience, and thank you for Air Horn Guy, and thank you guys for sticking around. Nick, what is your question of the week?
Oh,
and to
Jesus,
Cricket as well, Mr. Cricket.
I forgot about that.
Well, I mean, this whole episode was questions, I guess. That's why you forgot about it. But
exactly.
what is your question?
Because I'd already prepared questions. I was going to say, and obviously this is one that we wouldn't be able to answer on the spot, but what is your funniest foreign movie title?
Yes.
My favorite is still the Wall-E one.
Oh my god.
The machine implements people general mobilization.
I like the Wild Speed one because Fast and Furious is one of my favorite franchises. Right. Yeah. So I really like the Wild Speed one.
To be fair, I actually like the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind